Hello everyone, welcome back to Evolve with Letty J, and today is World School Monday. Don't forget to go check my Money Tip Monday related to today's video on my Instagram pages at Evolve with Letty J and at Wealth School with Letty J. So, to become part of the Evolving family, please click the subscribe button below and the notification bell to get a notification whenever I post a video. So, today we'll be explaining the difference between saving and investing. And as much as you can be like, really, like, is there a need for this video? There's quite a lot of people I know that don't know the difference between saving and investing. So this video is meant for those people who still confuse the difference between saving and investing, because saving and investing is not the same thing. And like I explained in my first video that we'll be building up, we'll be starting with the ABCs of finance. The difference between saving and investing is part of the ABCs of finance, so that by the time we reach grade 7 of finances, you now have the basics and you understand what we're talking about and you're not confused. So anyway, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start by explaining what savings are and in what investments are, and then I'll give you examples of savings, and then I'll give you an example of an investment and the characteristics of a savings account and the characteristics of an investment. Then at the end of the video, I'll give you tips on how you can save more and invest more. So let's get right into the video. What are savings? So savings is pretty much you just putting money aside for future consumption. It can help you in your wealth building journey in terms of saving you from incurring debt. So when you save, is you putting money aside for planned and unplanned events. So what are unplanned events? So your unplanned events is your emergency. So your emergency fund is not an investment account. It is a savings account because you're just putting the money aside for when you have an emergency. You're not necessarily building wealth, but it's going to contribute into your wealth creation, because by the time you have an emergency, you don't have to go and borrow money, which is a liability, which reduces your net worth, which impacts your wealth building process. So like I said, planning is not, saving, wow. Saving is not a way of you making money, but like I said, it contributes into your wealth creation or an increase in your net worth in terms of saving you from incurring more debt / liabilities. So the different types of savings accounts, or the examples of saving, can be you by saving to buy a handbag, can be you creating an emergency fund account, can be you saving to fund your education in the future, it can be you saving for your for a deposit for your future home, it can be you saving up for your friend's birthday, it can be you saving up for your dream car. Anything, as long as you're putting money aside to use it in the future, that is considered to be saving. And the characteristics of a savings account is that it is liquid. So what do we mean when we say an account is liquid? When something is liquid, it's easy to convert that particular thing into cash, pretty much, or it's already in a cash form, or if it's not in a cash form, it's very easy and doesn't take long to convert that into cash. So a savings account is liquid. You have easy access to your funds, and the longest time it can take you to access your funds in a savings account is a maximum of 14 days. The second characteristics of a savings account is that it is short term. So the interest that you earn on a savings account is just to help you fight inflation, but not to necessarily help you to make money. So it is mostly between 1 year and 3 years. And another characteristic, the third characteristic of a savings account, is that it is not risky, or it's risk conservative. So because you only investing for a short period of time, between 1 and 3 years, you do not have time to recover any losses, therefore making a savings account less risky. So it is important to consider, these are important factors to consider when choosing a savings account, because there's no point in you choosing a risky savings account because you don't have time on your side to recover the losses that you are going to make However, a risky account is more suitable for an investment, of which I'm getting into right now. So what is an investment? An investment is you giving your money a job, is you putting your money in ventures that are going to generate more money or profits or returns, however you want to call it. But it's you putting money in, and that money comes carrying its own babies. So it's not just you putting money and then chowing it in the future and it not giving birth to its little babies. So the different types of investing is equity. You can invest in equity, you can invest in property, you can invest in your education, because if maybe, for example, you study a degree, it has a potential of giving you money in the future, because you can use your qualification to get a job which will bring you money. You can invest in equity, like I said, property, education. You can invest in your health, because if you are not in a healthy condition, then you won't be able to be productive, you won't be able to do activities that will bring you money. So being healthy is also an investment. It can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. It is important for you to be healthy, and it is an investment. So it can be that, it can be investing in foreign currencies, it can be investing in cryptocurrencies, it can be starting your own business. So whatever it is that you're going to put your money in, and it has the potential, and when I say potential, it means that it is not guaranteed, leading me to my next point. An investment, the first characteristics of an investment is that investments are risky. So like I said, it has a potential of generating a return. So it's not always guaranteed, and the investment curve is not like straight where you just making profits and profits and profits, but it has ups and downs, because there's also potential of making losses. However, leading to the second characteristics, that an investment is long term. If you put your money aside for 10 years, a lot can happen in 10 years. So it's going to go up and down, up and down. But at the end of the day, if you look at your graph, it's growing exponentially, right? So the third characteristic of an investment is that it is illiquid. For example, if you invest in property, it is very difficult for you to convert that property into cash easily. It takes time for you to convert money that you've put into an investment into cash quickly. But it is ideal for wealth creation, as more risk means more return. So there's a potential for you making future returns, and it's up to you to determine if the risk is worth taking. For example, if you want to open a business, nobody knows if people would want to buy from your business, but it's up to you if you are willing to take the risk of putting your money into the business in the hope that it's going to work. And you know that in as much as you run a business, let's say you run a business for like a period of 10 years, you know that all the years are not going to be the same. Some years the business is going to perform well, some years not going to perform well, some years going to make a profit, some years going to make a loss. But if you combine those years together, you would find that over time your business has made a lot of money for you, in as much as there were ups and downs during the 10-year period. So like I said, the difference between savings and investments is that a savings account or a savings is you putting money aside for future consumptions, and the characteristics of a savings is that it is liquid, it is short term, and it is less risky. And then investments is you putting your money in ventures that have the potential of generating you returns or profit. And an investment account, the characteristics of an investment account is that it is illiquid or difficult to convert into cash. It is medium to long term, and it is risky or volatile, meaning that it moves up and down. But at the end of the day, if your investment is performing well, then you will make a profit overall. Okay, moving to my next point of tips that you can use to save and invest more. So the very first point when it comes to saving and investing tips is you must have a goal. Because if you do not have a goal, it's very easy for you to put money aside. And if you don't have a goal, you're just going to spend that money because you don't know where you're going to put the money. You don't know what you're going to do with the money. For example, if I have a goal that I'm putting money aside to buy myself a car, I'm not going to eat into my funds because I know that I need to save this much for my car. For example, if I want to buy a 50,000 rand car, I would know that, okay, until I reach 50,000 rand, I'm not going to touch those funds because they are meant for my car. But if you don't have a goal, if you're just putting money aside, you don't know why you're putting the money aside, it's going to be very difficult for you to stick to your savings or to be disciplined. You're just gonna end up chowing the money. Now, leading to my second point is to create a habit of paying yourself first. So we know money disappears. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos that money has a tendency of disappearing. So if you don't start by paying yourself first and you wait for you to pay your expenditures first, we all know what's going to happen to that money. That money is going to disappear, and at the end of the month, you're not going to have any money left to save. So it's best for you to start by saving and then go to spending. Because if you don't start by saving, your friends are going to say, Mgani, let's go out. There's going to be things just happening. So it's very important that when you pay yourself first, you know that you're done with it. And when there's things that are coming and Gunny is calling you to go out, you can be like, no, friend, I don't have money. But if you don't start by saving, you're going to take the money that was meant to be saved and go out with Umgan. The third point is to create a budget and stick to your budget. Because it's one thing for you to draft a budget, then it's another for you to draft a budget and not stick to it. So if you want to see how I create my own budget, comment down below and then I'll do a video where I take you through my own budget and leave you a downloadable template that you can use to guide you on how you can budget your money. So comment down below if you would like me to create a video on that. Point number 4 is to allocate a certain percentage to your savings. So that percentage can be 5 to 30%. So like I said, I always say this is the motto for this channel. It's not about saving a lot of money, but it's about creating a habit. So if you tell yourself and you train your mind that no matter how much I earn, 10% or 5% or 20% or 30% is going to my savings and investments. Even if your income increases, 10% is going to be 10% and it will increase as your income increases. So you need to program your mind that, you know what, dear mind, every single income that we make, 10% of that money or 5% or 20%, it's up to you, is going to savings or investing. Then the last point, the last tip that I have to share with you is live beneath your means. Nisha yourself a nice time for now. I'm saying for now because when you are wealthy, you have all the money to not nisha yourself a nice time. So yeah, that's all about today's video, and I really hope that it helped you to understand the difference between saving and investing better. And if you feel like there's someone who's going to benefit from this video, please feel free to share with them. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and click the notification bell and like the video if you found it helpful. So yeah, until I see you on Thursday, I hate.